Dear colleagues, I want to thank the rapporteur for this excellent report. Climate change is an existential threat to humanity, as there is no planet B, as is stated in the report. Hopefully we are all aware of the seriousness threat that climate change poses. The signing of the Paris Agreement in 2015 by 194 countries of the UN and European Union further illustrates the growing awareness and seriousness of the matter by the countries of the world. However, despite this historical signing, the agreement lacks commitment from some of its major parties, most notably the United States. Despite the recent retreat of the United States, over 70% of the global greenhouse gas emissions remain covered by national commitments under the Paris Agreement. However, to stop global temperature from rising more than 2 degrees by 2050, additional efforts are required over the next decades. I agree with the suggestions in the report that implementation of the Paris Agreement should go hand in hand with work toward the Sustainable Development Goals of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, agreed by the global community in 2016. I also agree with the call on behalf of the Assembly for strong national measures to promote the implementation of the Paris Agreement at all levels of governance, and I especially welcome point 6.1 to 6.12 in the report. Iceland, a country well known by the rapporteur, can be seen as a frontrunner in the use of renewable energy with our hydroelectric and geothermal resources, relatively clean air and waters, but we cannot relax in our commitment and need to take fully part in the battle against climate change. And it seems that even Iceland will not be able to fulfill its commitment to the Paris Agreement in time, despite being the poster child for renewable energy use. That is deeply worrying in my view, but also a reminder that the 194 nations that have signed the Paris Agreement have to be vigilant. We have a huge responsibility, and it is not enough to just sign the agreement. We need to put in the hard work as well. And let's bear in mind what is pointed out here in the report, that developing countries are most severely affected by climate change, whereas they carry less of the responsibility for the cause of the problem, having lower greenhouse gas emissions than developed countries. Inequality among nations is therefore a relevant issue in the discussion on climate change, and this inequality must be tackled as the issue of climate refugees. Dear colleagues, European leadership is clearly strong in the battle against climate change, but we all have a responsibility for contributing to cleaner environment and combating climate change. That is the only way forward to ensure a sustainable future for our future generation wherever they live. Let's all join hands in doing so.